this is Becky Launder, one of your leaders with Usborne Books and More, and with myConsultanttraining.com. I am just giving you a quick overview of how to reconcile consignment. So this is a little bit of a two-step process that I'm going to walk you through here on my screen. So if you're not sure the best way to calculate your consignment, you're going to hop over to myconsultanttraining.com/consignment-reconciliation. And there's this nifty calculator that we've created to help you figure this out. In some cases, it's going to be really straightforward and you probably won't even need to use the calculator, but in other cases, this might be helpful. So let me just walk you through a couple things real quick. There's two tabs on the bottom of this calculator. There's one for a book fair. So you might be doing a preschool or an elementary book fair where the school is receiving 50% back in free books. And then the second tab is for an event. It takes a minute to refresh here. So an event would be if you're doing a street fair, if you're doing a booth, basically any kind of event where you are keeping the 50% back in free books for yourself. While we have two different tabs here, book fair and event, that's just kind of a different way to calculate things for you. You are always going to go into Order Pro and reconcile your consignment as a book fair. So that is where you're going to get 50% back, and it's going to be the most value to you to reconcile as a book fair. So let's hop on over. Actually, let's just start with a book fair. So we're going to plug in a couple things here. Let's say that our total retail sales for our book fair was $1,000. Let's keep it really even. So we have $1,000 that we sold at the book fair. We did an e-fair that went along with our book fair, which was, let's say, $250 in sales that came in online, where we still need to deliver those orders to parents. And then at the book fair, there was a couple things that parents wanted that we didn't have in stock, so we took some paper orders. Let's just say we took $100 worth of paper orders. And when you're putting these numbers in, make sure you are excluding tax and shipping. So this is just the book value. So this auto calculates for you that your grand total of your book fair was $1,350, giving 50% back to the organization in free books. So they're getting $675 in free books. So this lays it out really clearly for you. Step one, we're going to hop over to Order Pro. We're going to do dollar for dollar reconcile the full retail amount. So heading over to Order Pro, I already have an event set up here. We'll go to step two. Like I said, we're always going to select a book fair. I already have that plugged in, book fair for Tierra Santa Elementary. Heading over to step three, where we select the books. This is where you're going to click this green button, Reconcile Consignment. So this is dollar for dollar consignment. There's a pop-up here. Don't be scared that I have an $18,000 consignment balance. So we're going to enter $1,000 that we are reconciling full retail. And since the school is receiving the free books, we're not going to reconcile anything in the free book amount. We would populate that if maybe you were taking the free books out of your inventory. And so you don't need to worry about that. You're just going to put the full retail in as $1,000. You're going to add that to your order. So now you're going to have a line item here, Consignment Reconciliation, for $1,000. So hopping back over to our calculator spreadsheet right here, we would, step two, import the e-fair. So I don't actually have an e-fair to import, but just to kind of walk you through what that would look like in Order Pro, you are going to click Import Event. Right here, there's going to be a new pop-up. It's going to show a list of events that you have open. It does take a minute. I usually recommend just hanging tight. Don't click the button again. We'll wait for that to pop up. And when you select that event to import on an e-fair, it's important that your end date has already passed. So if you need to, hop back over to your e-commerce page, adjust the end date of the e-fair. I say don't click it again, but there we go. Here it comes. So select eFair. I do not have one here. So, but if you did, you would have your eFair there. You're going to select the school that you're working with. And again, make sure that that end date has already passed so it shows up on this list. All of my eFairs are currently active. That's why I'm not seeing anything. And as it says right here, you want to only once import your eFair. So this is another part that causes you to be a little bit patient. Make sure you're just clicking your eFair once to import. Hang tight, go refill your coffee, do whatever you need to do, and then come back over. If you click it multiple times, it will import your eFair multiple times and be kind of a pain to clean up. So you'll import your eFair. That's the second step here. The third step is going to be to add the books from the paper orders. So remember I said if you're taking paper orders at your event, your book fair, let's just say that we did $100, so we have 4 busy cars that we need to add into this section at full retail for those paper orders that we're delivering to kids at school. So that shows up down below. I have my consignment, my busy cars. All right, so step 4 is going to be adding the free books for the organization. So this is after your school book fair gave you the list of the books that they would like. You will pop over to your free book category and select any of the books that they want. Right now, the free books remaining is just showing up at $5.49, but that's because I did not import a $250 eFair as I shared in my example. So assuming you did import that eFair, your total here would be the $675, and so you would just add in the books that the organization selects. And at the end of the order, when you go ahead, you're going to follow, the same system that you usually do. Get your order summary. Go ahead and enter your payment information. You will get 17% back in commission on your book fair order, and go ahead and submit your order. And then everything that is on that order will ship. So there is an example of how to do a book fair. Let's just pop on over here and pretend we are doing an event that we're reconciling. All right, so popping over here to our event, let's say you just did a street fair and you sold $1,000 in the weekend. You have 2 different ways you can reconcile this. So the first option would be to not have any books shipped to you. So say you have a good inventory already, you don't need the book shipped, and you would rather just take this $500 and make that books that you're selling full price, so you're getting 100% profit on that. So for your do not ship books, you are going to put in $667 in at full retail, which is going to give you 50% back, $333. So that right there equals the $1,000 that you sold at your event. So when you're in Order Pro, you are going to, again, order type is going to be a book fair, even though it's an event. I know that's confusing. And then when you select those books, you are going to click on your Reconcile Consignment, and we're going to put $667 in there, just like the calculator told us, and then free books is going to give you $333. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the order. We'll delete these busy cars that were left over from our last one here. So we have $667 at full retail, and then in our free books, it's also going to show Consignment Reconciliation at $333. So what that equals is $1,000 off of your consignment ledger. So both the free books and the full retail books count towards that. So you're knocking $1,000 off your ledger. No books are shipping to you. This is just a straight consignment reconciliation. So the other option that you have is if you want your books to ship to you. So say you, again, did $1,000 at your event over the weekend, and you would like the $500 in free books shipped to you because maybe you have another event coming up that you will use those books for. So what you're going to do in that case is in Order Pro, when you go to Reconcile Consignment, you're going to have the full retail at $1,000, And then you're going to leave your free books blank. Go ahead and add that to your order. Super straightforward. You have your $1,000 of consignment here at full retail. Then you're going to pop over to your free books in the drop down, and it's going to give you, let's delete that. It's going to give you $500 in free books. So you're going to go through and you're going to pick out the books that you want shipped to you for your free books that you're going to use at a future event, book fair, or maybe just to spoil your kids. So that's pretty much how it works. When you're closing out this order, it's the same steps, just like a party. You're going to go in, you're going to look at your summary, you are going to put your payment in step 5, and you are going to be making a payment on the $1,000 that you're reconciling plus tax. So your total would end up being $1,082.89. And when you pay for that, you will be getting 17% back in book fair commission in addition to your $500 in free books. So really, when you're trying to decide on an event the best way to reconcile, it's up to you if you want the books or if you don't want the books. That's really the deciding factor. Obviously, if you don't want the books, you are only paying $667 in full retail to pay off $1,000 in consignment. So what that means, here's some complicated math for you. You are going to, let me bust out my calculator here and show you some numbers. So what that means is on a $667 purchase, you are making 17% commission on that. So you've made $113 in commission on that reconcile. Plus, you have $333 of books that you sold over the weekend at full price, which Usborne is giving you for free because you're reconciling as a book fair. So if you consider that straight profit, you're making 100% profit on that, you have made $446 on your $1,000 of books that you sold at your event. Of course, if it's an event, you need to take out your expenses like vendor fees and any kind of materials that you needed to bring to that event. But that's just kind of an idea of how events can be very profitable, especially when you're reconciling as a book fair. And either way, if you do want the books to ship to you, you're going to be in the same boat because here you're getting $500 in free books and you're going to be selling those eventually at full price. It's just a matter of when you reconcile and how you want to pay off that balance. So I hope that's a helpful tutorial on reconciling consignment. I promise after you've done it a couple times, you will be very confident and you probably won't even need these calculators and worksheets. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment below, and I'm happy to help you out as you get ready to reconcile your consignment. All right, have a good one.